Here's section 5. I'll play through it once and then I'll teach you how to do it. Here's section 5, lick number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a lot. So let's go slowly here. This is an exercise in double stops. We're going to start way up here in the 11th position by barring across the top 2 strings. And I'm going to play the high string, which is E flat, which sounds like it's out of key, but when you put the whole thing together, it works. So I'm going to play the 13th fret of the 2nd string with the 11th fret of the 1st string. And notice I'm using my 1st and 4th fingers. There's a reason for that, and it'll become apparent later. Take that, pluck it with your fingers, those 2 double stops, down a half step, down a whole step. Now I pull off to the bar. When I go down the whole step, I use a pull off and then play the 7th fret of the 3rd string E. So again, 2, 3, 4. Now I had said that there was a reason for this pinky. Well, it turns out there isn't. You can use your 3rd finger. I guess it's just a habit of mine. Then you're going to bar across the 8th fret of strings 3 and 2. Hit those 2 notes by plucking them. Slide back to the 7th fret. And then play 2 notes on the 4th string, fret 10 to fret 7. Then I shift down to the 5th position. I'm going to bar across the 7th fret with my 3rd finger across strings 4, 3, and 2. Play the double stops on strings 3 and 2. Back to string 4. Bar across the 5th fret. Hammer onto the 6th fret. Back to the 4th string. Get the A triad again. Slide it down a whole step. And then play the G triad down there. Just A triad a whole step down. Then I'm going to play double stops by barring across strings 3 and 2 at the 2nd fret. Pulling off, plucking them and pulling off. And then playing single notes from string 4, 2nd fret, down to the open string. And then slide into the 4th fret of the 5th string, and then play the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Now, let me play that again for you slowly so you can get what it sounds like in context. The first lick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the trick. Watch. Rest. There's a rest right there. A lot of people will go, and it gets all out of time then. So, might even go, there. That'll set the lick up right for you. Here's section 4, lick number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. starting in the 3rd position, slide up to the 4th fret of the 4th string, and then with your middle finger play the 2nd string, fret it at the 3rd fret. Then hammer on to the 5th fret of the 4th string, 5th fret of the 2nd string, then hit the 4th string and slide it up a whole step, play the 2nd string up a whole step, both at the 7th fret, and chromatically descend in half steps down a whole step, and return to your original interval, which is at the 3rd fret, 2nd string, and the 4th fret, 4th string. Let me play that for you again. We'll do it slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's section 5, lick number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what's happening here is a pedal tone lick. And as we talked about earlier, if you were watching, pedal tone is when you have a solitary note that remains the same, playing between all the other notes. So we're going to start by sliding into the double stops on fret 2 of strings 3 and 2, and sliding from a half step above. I'm sorry, a half step below. Then we're going to play the open A pedal tone. And then double stops, B and D, or frets 4 and 3 of strings 3 and 2. One step up with a pedal tone in between. Pedal tone in between, and then one more step up. One more pedal tone, and then bar across the 5th fret, strings 1 and 2. Pluck with your fingers. Then bar across strings 3 and 2 at fret 7. Hit them, pluck them, and bend them a little bit. Smear, I call it smearing, where you kind of smear them across the fretboard. And then 5th fret, strings 3 and 2, and do the same thing. And here's what that sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the 4th and final lick in section 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this one's chromatic, basically. So you're going to start by playing a hammer-on on string 3 up to fret 1, and then string 1 open. Now you're going to slide up 1 fret on string 3 up to the 2nd fret on string 1, and then you're going to take that shape and move it up chromatically, alternating between your pick and your middle fingers. Slide it up. Play the pick note, and then play the note plucked with your finger. Keep going. Don't stop. Stop when you get to the 8th fret. And then move that whole shape that you have already formed, move it up 1 fret to the 9th fret, and you're going to add 2 fingers to it. My 2 fingers are going to come down, my pinky on the 2nd string 10th fret, and my 1st finger on the 2nd string 8th fret, and I'm going to play this. Now this is, again, hybrid picking, so I'm going to play the double stops that I have fretted here, then the 3rd string with my pick, and then lift off my pinky and play the double stops, and then play them again with my pinky added. And do that again. And here's that lick in its entirety at a slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's section 5 played entirely at a slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four. Four. Four.